This is the summer to expand your horizons. It's time to explore. But before you set foot out the door, set foot in the ultimate travel shoes from Allbirds, like the breathable, silky smooth Tree Dasher, the responsive foam and extra grip of the Tree Runner, or the classic low-top look of the Tree Piper. Allbirds has a lightweight, ultra-packable shoe ready for whatever adventures you have planned. Boarding pass? Check. Passport? Check. The perfect travel shoe? Check. Find your perfect pair at allbirds.com. That's ALLBIRDS.com.
Oh, ancestors, blacker than 1,000 midnights, African ancestors, it is to you that we, your children, give respect and honor. Oh, ancestors, we call upon you and welcome you in this place. African ancestors, let your presence fill this place. Oh, ancestors who have been purposely excluded from the history book so that the world may not know of your greatness. Our African ancestors who gave civilization to the world. Our African ancestors who gave the arts to the world. Our African ancestors who gave the sciences to the world. Our African ancestors who gave God consciousness to the world. Oh, ancestors, we thank you for devoting your life to make a future for us, your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Now stand with us, strengthen us, guide us, teach us, and protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, O African ancestors, and live in us, and we will not fail to honor you. We will not fail to respect you. We will not fail to hear you. And we will not betray you. Ashe. Big up, big up, big up to the world and them. This is Enoch 7 Prophet, live and direct on Mental Salvation Radio for podcast. Coming back once again, we give thanks for Mental Salvation Radio. We give thanks to Wow You Radio for allowing us to come back for our season 3 of Mental Salvation Radio. Today's date is January the 2nd, 2021. It's a new year. It's a new year. It's a new year. But will the same shit continue to happen? We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era.
I'm a 70s baby, raised in the 80s mama. Heard Reagan speak on the Iran and Contra drama. Grannies praying to the Lord, hoping my mom's comes home safe and don't end up in the morgue. DC drug warlords, smorgasbord, fork in the road, all you can eat. City never sleeps till the street lights come on and fiends run like roaches. Hope is scoping for the next crumb to jump on. Fiends in the 80s, raised crack babies, moved in with granny. Life wasn't fancy, still had bread in the pantry, making miracles out of nothing to provide something. Red-headed youngin', Washingtonian native, pops never made it. Mom still here though, second generation. I respect that, like being young, black, and gifted. Rosalie taught me that. On any given Sunday, find me in the church playing drums for the choir. I'm inspired to never run with the bad boys in the neighborhood or I will expire. Coke supplier, burn by the fire, reach higher, designer clothes, dream deferred, burn a hole in your nose, life blows. Curtis, eating church's chicken, Gino's finger licking, getting whoopers in public.
Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era turned Chocolate City to the drug game. Crack rock white. Reagan era.
Mental Salvation Radio. Season 3 of Mental Salvation Radio. Let's see, what podcast would this be? Because each time we do the broadcast, each time I'm on Mental Salvation Radio, I never go back to, as y'all should know, never go back to editing or splicing and cutting. If I make a mistake, I just keep forward. So, big up to everyone who has been tuning in also to season 1 to season 2. We went on a little hiatus for a moment to come back and kick it off in the new year with season 3. And we have a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things going on. But once again, I want to say Happy New Year. Before we get into all of that shit, I wanted to say Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I've seen memes or posts that said survive 2020. We survived 2020, or things that we have acknowledged during 2020 and been through. We are still here, and we always give thanks for that. So we have survived 2020. Some of us it was a rough year for most, a rough year for all of us. For those who may have lost loved ones and friends and family members, those who may have lost their jobs, those who have lost their way of, like, what the hell, how I'm gonna get through this, what I'm gonna do, how I'm going to live in the moment, so to speak, when it's so hard to live in the moment in these days and times. But when I do Mental Salvation Radio, my purpose is to play dope music, uplifting music, and give some good news, like what's going on in the world besides what's going on in the world, So we're right back here on Mental Salvation Radio. Thank y'all so much for downloading the podcast on Apple Music. No, it's not on Apple Music. On Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud. Let's see. There's so many others that are out there. And also coming back to www.wowuradio.net and getting your latest and the greatest information that you probably haven't heard before, or talks that you have been wanting to talk about. And you can find it all on here. Big up to Black women connecting communities. Big up to those sisters as well. Big up to everybody who has been supporting Mental Salvation Radio. So this would be season 3, podcast number 21. Wow. This will be season 3, podcast number 21. And when we come back, we'll share some more good news and music and messages. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
Let's not rush this feeling, dealing with each other. Let's take our time until we learn each other. No limits, no blocks, no boundaries. Love has truly found me, laying in your arms, head on your chest. Listen to your heartbeat, take slow breaths. Zone out, the universe has been so kind to find a mind that's combined with intellect. Yeah, whatever. You always talking shit. Before you walk away. Spiritual beings we are, guided by the stars. Aura, natural beauty, talking to you soothes me like ginger tea, feeds me like lentil soup, stimulates the root sprouts from the crown chakra. Holy Father, Mother, Creator, the source of royalty, a savior, highly favor, flowing through the bloodline. This is a crime, the king of sorrow, Sade. I'm amazed by the grace. You be tripping like shit.
into Salvation Radio. So at the top of the hour, you've heard Reagan Era by me, Enoch 7 Prophet, and Say featuring Maia, Enoch 7 Prophet. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take y'all guys back during the pandemic, well, still in the pandemic, the beginning stages of it, and what was produced out of the 6 months that I've been in, going through, navigating through the world of which we live in now. What have I created that gave me some positive energy, and that I released some positive energy during these stages of us being quarantined, us being in part embedded in this new world coming from the old world. And what I've been doing for the past 6 months, and what's been motivating me to do things, was, been creating, been writing. So the writing stages more began before we got into this new world that we're in now. So going through that process, I was writing a lot. And the good thing about that is that I was more transparent. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take you through each stage of the songs that I'm going to play today, and talk to you about them. What was my thought process? Why did I write it that way? Because there's a lot of us who have been in the creative space since we've been told to sit down, since we've been told to stay in the house, since we've been told to, wear your mask and things of that nature. I'm going to walk you through the mentals of Enoch 7 Prophet. So what I'm going to do is be very transparent. What I'm going to do is start from the beginning. And we played Reagan Era. Reagan Era was a project that me and King C released in March of 2020. And the whole title of the project is called Reagan Era. Let me go back. See, this is the reason why when you go off the top, you kind of like lose your focus. So hold on a second. Let me go back. So we had a minute of your time. That's what we did. We did a minute of your time. And during the process of a minute of your time, I was also rewriting for Reagan Era. So when we released a minute of your time in March of 2020, I was in that zone of creating 2 albums at the same time, recreating and rewriting for Reagan Era, and then writing new material for a minute of your time. So a minute of your time is basically a project that is for those who have short attention spans. So we always want to leave our first impressions within a minute of meeting someone and greeting someone. So for my new listeners, I wanted to do something that was really short. I wanted to do something that you can watch on Instagram for a minute before you scroll up or scroll back down or get up out of Instagram. So I want to do something that was for IG and gain a new type of vibe. So each song on a minute of your time is a minute or less. Okay? A minute of your time is what I needed to get your attention through the visuals that we put out. All right, so I'm going to play something from a minute of your time, which I played Say. Say was actually a song for another project that I was doing. And I just rewrote Say. Say and added the hook to it. So I called Maia, who is featured on Say, and asked, hey, sis, do you mind being a part of this project? She said yes. So therefore, I sent her what the hook should say. And the hook says, before you walk away, there's something I want to say before you walk away. So when I was writing it in the format of like a love-hate relationship, or I'm okay in this, but I still hate you, or I dislike what you're doing, or I wanted to create an idea. So within the song, it really is a love-hate relationship. So it's a love song, but you know, when you love somebody, you kind of like hate them for loving them, in a sense, if that makes sense. So what I decided to do was write it that way. And now I wanted to get the visuals across. At first we were going to do, like I had one female in mind. Just going to do one female, keep it regular degular. And I was like, nah, I want to freak it. I want to come from different polarities. I want it to be mind, body, and spirit. So I need 3 females in it. So therefore I went and talked to Carib, the owner and operator of Wow You Radio. Then I spoke with Rocky, and then I spoke with Breezy Malone. And I wanted all 3 of those ladies to wear different colors. So if you watch the video, you can see the video on YouTube. So go check that out. You can check that out on my Instagram page. That's Enoch7Prophet on Instagram. So with all that being said, let's jump into some music. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
Shot. I haven't reached my peak yet, so you sucker MCs better respect. Check your ego at the door with the concierge. Put your name on the dotted line, sign here. Beware of the false advertisements and the corny rappers claiming to be conscious. Digging deep inside your pockets, taking all your profits, stealing from the prophet. That's sacrilegious, pure hip-hop, if you're asking me. God of my destiny, on this mic device, I'm vicious. Lord have mercy, when I flip mode, my goal is to rain flames down on my competitors. I haven't reached my peak yet, so you sucker MCs better respect. Check your ego at the door with the concierge.
We are back. Mental Salvation Radio. That was Faith Evans, Enoch 7th Prophet. So what we're going to do is explain to you the reason of Faith Evans. So big up to, before we get into that, big up to everybody who's listening to Mental Salvation Radio here on www.wowuradio.net/shows, and you can go find all the shows there and listen to them. You can download them also. But as I was saying, what I was saying was Faith Evans. When King C sent me Faith Evans.
It's important to properly dispose of unwanted medication or sharps. MedProject offers free and convenient disposal options near you. To learn more, call 844-MED-PROJECT or visit medproject.org.
New on Curiosity Stream.
I'm James Burke. I'm going to take you on a journey through time.
James Burke's visionary series returns, reimagined for our time.
Now, this is all uncharted territory.
The Washington Post hails Burke as one of the most intriguing minds in the Western world. The New York Times raves he careens from one great moment in history to another.
Where do we want to go from here?
Experience all new Connections.
So what's the next connection?
With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at curiositystream.com.
That was the title of the track he sent me. And I said, yo, I knew the sample. I heard the bits and pieces of Don't Wanna Lose You. Like, I heard all that. And I was like, I have to write something very different, because when people hear it, they think it's going to be a love song, or they think it is a love song. But I want to go another direction with it. And what direction can I go with Faith Evans saying this? So it was all pictured of letting you guys hear like Faith. Like, you can hear her in that conversation of what I'm writing about. So I started off saying, I haven't reached my peak yet, so you sucker MCs better respect. Leave your ego at the door with the concierge. Put your name on the dotted line, sign here. So it's more so of my ego writing to someone else's ego. So I wrote in the format of my ego writing to someone else's ego. You know, because sometimes in this thing we call hip hop, your ego kind of comes out. So I wanted to, I haven't reached my peak yet, because that's the truth. You know, the older we get, the more we learn, the more we know, the more we see, the more we live. Once an artist lives more, sees more, do more, read more, and allow themselves to be human, they can actually create emotional music that touch people, you know, and that's what A Minute of Your Time is and was about. It was to touch and to reach the people. So when we dropped A Minute of Your Time, that was in March. 7 months later, we dropped Reagan Era, and Reagan Era is an autobiography of my life. That's all I could say. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
February 14th, age of Aquarius, Theodore and Ida Mae, boy son named Alfred, raised in North Carolina, then they moved to DC with his mama, uptown, Northwest, yes, let me slow it down, I'm dope, blame my parents, let that marinate, my DNA is greatness, been fighting the Matrix, let's face it, the Reagan era took my pops, he didn't make it, the hatred, made me motivated to love harder, then turn around and curse you out like Arch Bunker, the hunger, lingers like urine in the staircase, you can't ignore it. So cover your nose and push forward. Oh no! My daddy was a pushing man, overdose on heroin. Grandparents crying at the funeral. Everything is foggy to me. It was like 87. I was only 14. I mean, a king is gone. Now who gonna raise his prince to be a King Kong? I used to dream in color. The world is really black and white. Pops dead and gone, so I guess I'm his afterlife. What he did wrong, I just wanna make it right. Papa was a rolling stone, I told you the pressure's on. Riding in the limousine, sitting across from my sibling. Older than I, first time my eyes made contact. Sad occasion, we still dressed up. Ida Mae always told me, you and I was blood related. No matter what them people say, it was a rainy day. Off to bury my dad was my mom, and the Dukes has a car behind us in the caravan. Prophet. I used to dream the color, the world is really black and white. Pop's dead and gone, so I guess I'm his afterlife. What he did wrong, I just wanna make it right.
Pop's theme that was written for and about my dad. When I said I used to dream in color, the world is really black and white. Pop's dead and gone, so I guess I'm his afterlife. What he did wrong, I just wanna make it right. When I said that was a hook or a piece of a verse taken from 4 projects ago before this one. No, that was taken off, I lied. That was Sonic Gods. If you go back and listen to Sonic Gods, and all of this information, or all this music that I'm playing, you can definitely find it on all streaming platforms, all your media streaming platforms. All right, so that's Instagram, Spotify. I'm sorry. You can listen to it on Instagram. If you go to your IG stories and you want to go to music, you can click, type in my name, and my music will come up on Instagram. Yes. But you have your Apple Music, you have your iTunes, you have your Google Play, which is now www.music.youtube.com for those Android users who need to find their favorite artist music, because Google Play does not have they don't have anywhere that you Android users can buy your music. Okay, so I apologize for that, but you may need to switch over to the iPhone world. But at any rate, so you can also go to Amazon. You can go to Tidal, but if you actually want to purchase the projects and the music that you're hearing today, just go to iTunes. Go to iTunes, purchase it. Go to Bandcamp, purchase it. We all get that. That money comes to one place, so it comes to us if you decide to go on Bandcamp or iTunes. All right. Either way it goes. At the end of the day, we appreciate everyone who's been following us and listening to the music. All right, so back to the music. So I used to dream of color. World is really black and white. Pop's dead and gone, so I guess I'm his afterlife. So that was called Pop's theme. I wanted to dedicate that to my dad because I am his afterlife. He's no longer here in the physical, so it's me. So when I produce babies, that's my afterlife. I used to dream in color. The world is really black and white. I used to dream in color. I used to have dreams about my mom, or little vivid dreams, but I just said I used to dream in color. And having these things on, like, oh, this is a great world, you know. I'm seeing all of the bright colors, and you know, this is what I think the world is. And when my pops passed away, I was like, I used to dream in color, but the world is really black and white. So let's go back to this. Let me explain it to you this way. I'm a photographer, I'm an artist, and I'm a photographer. I'd rather take black and whites because with the black and white, you can actually see what you're looking at. Stuff is really detailed within black and white photos, and shot, you know, black and white photos that are shot perfect with lighting and things of that nature, or with your phone. It doesn't matter. It seems more classy and more doper when it's black and white, and you can see things clearer when it's black and white. When it's color, you have so much eye candy. Your eyes just like, oh my God, that's great. Oh my God, that's dope as shit. Oh my great. Oh my crazy. I love that photo. But when you make it black and white, you can really appreciate the photo. So when I say I used to dream of color, the world is really black and white. Pop's dead and gone, so I guess I'm his afterlife. Now I see that I'm his afterlife. You know, I see that I'm his afterlife. So that's what Pop's theme was about. Now, 7 months later, me and my good brother, comrade, King C, created something while we were promoting the Reagan era. We were creating another project called One Moment Please.
New on Curiosity Stream.
I'm James Burke. I'm going to take you on a journey through time.
James Burke's visionary series returns, reimagined for our time.
Now, this is all uncharted territory.
The Washington Post hails Burke as one of the most intriguing minds in the Western world. The New York Times raves he careens from one great moment in history to another.
Where do we want to go from here?
Experience all new connections.
So what's the next connection?
With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at curiositystream.com.
And we said, look, we had dropped 2 projects and 8 videos that you can find all on YouTube, the videos and things of that nature. Just type in my name, Enoch 7 Prophet. Nothing. Cool. Bong. You in there, right? So within 7 months, we dropped 2 projects, which was A Minute of Your Time. Big up to E Boogie, who actually showcased it, who showcased our music on his dope ass platform and where he's at and what he's doing. He didn't have to do it, but he did, and we really appreciate that. Big up to you, DJ E Boogie. So follow DJ E Boogie, you know, on Instagram, on all your media sites. You can just type in DJ E Boogie, and things of that nature. The infamous E Boogie. Google all that in there, or E, the R&B hip hop rock star. Put all that in there, and he will see that brother there. So big up to him. So, A Minute of Your Time, boom. and like I told y'all, in the process of me creating A Minute of Your Time, I was already rewriting for Reagan era. Boom. So A Minute of Your Time, I told y'all in Bolo's rap that Reagan era was coming. I told you guys in Bolo's rap, Reagan era was coming. So the writing process, and if you are a writer who is listening, you can understand like the writing process. Some folks can focus on one project and only one. Some people can dib and dab in two projects at the same time because they're carrying their energy back and forth. That's what I tend to do. Just carry my energy back and forth to see where it lays me and finds me or guides me to. All right. So with that being said, we did One Moment Please, and we knew we were going to drop that this year, 2021, January 1, 2021. Did that on purpose because that is all 11s. That is the master number. You have 1, 1, 21. Look on the outside of those skirts, you'll see 3 1s. And then you can add the 4 to it. Okay? So it's 2 plus 2 is 4. Because that's where you get the 2021 from. Right? And then 1, 2, 3. So now you have 3 plus 4. Or 4 plus 3. That's 7. That's the God number. And if you look at A Minute of Your A Moment Please, if you look at the moment, A Moment Please, One Moment Please, if you look at that artwork, it's 7 o'clock. It's 7 tracks on this. It's 11 minutes. 7 tracks, 11 minutes. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump into that. The first song is called Too Much Power. And I'm going to tell you about the writing when we come back.
Chakra music.
You got too much power. A white boy got bullied in high school and turned police. You got too much power, like roping females doing office hours by the water cooler. You got too much power. She gon' snitch. Now the government promoting rape culture with your so-called power.
Chakra music.
My lyrics pop off like an automatic, held by a white boy in a trench coat in Cincinnati. He'll shoot ya cause he's a born loser. Cops second think make America great again. The proof is in the pudding, axe Cosby. You couldn't hardly see me on my worst day. Blindfolded, bird box, little rail, all hail the emperor. Bow down to greatness when you enter the chamber. Wu-Tang, protect your neck, keep your heads high. You got too much power. A white boy got bullied in high school and turned police. You got too much power, like roping females doing office hours by the water cooler. You got too much power. She gon' snitch. Now the government promoting rape culture with your so-called power.
Chakra music.
Mental Salvation Radio. That was called Too Much Power. And if you're just now tuning in with us, this is Mental Salvation Radio here on www.wowtheletteradio.net. I am playing my music today so I can express to you how I feel about it, how I wrote to it, and this happened during the course of our 7th month sitting down in the house, 6 feet, social distancing or social dissing everyone. Oh wow, that's dope. Social dissing, like you social dissing. All right, and anyway, sound good in my head. So we created 2 projects, and I'm sharing them with you now. They're out there right now on all your social, all your streaming platforms. So check that out. So Too Much Power was wrote about a white boy, not a particular white boy. not just a white boy who think they have a lot of power, who will bully white women, who will bully black women in general, who will bully the black man all the time. I wanted to write in a way that you have to listen to it twice. You have to listen to it more than once. And I said, you got too much power. A white boy got bullied in high school, then turned police. You got too much power. Like touching females during office hours by the water cooler. You've got too much power. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't have any power. But if you're in high places, you think you have all of the power. You think you could, you got bullied. White boy got bullied, so he turned to be a police officer, where therefore he can bully other people to make himself feel better, right? And I was writing to that spirit. And then the guy, Ted, who is at the damn office, because Ted is the vice president or the VP or the president of a company, he thinks he has enough power to stand by the water cooler and grope a woman because he think he has power to do that. But shit, I flipped it because now this white boy has met his match in the midst of his life. When I said she gonna snitch, now the government promoting this rape culture, too much power. Now she gonna snitch on you. Now let's see how much power you have now, Ted. She gonna get Me Too on you real quick. And where you gonna be at? Where you gonna be at, Ted? So I was writing to the polarities of that. And then when I went into that verse of when I went into the verse talking about the white boy in Cincinnati, yeah, he'll shoot you because he's a born loser. Cops second think, make America great again. I just had the white boy who was bullied in high school. Now he's the police, not going to shoot the white boy from Cincinnati.
We've all been there, right? We fall head over heels for a gorgeous pair of shoes, but the moment you slip them on, it's anything but love. Ouch. Style and comfort don't have to be at war. Cushionaire gives you the embrace of memory foam and soft with every step. With Cushionaire, style is not a compromise. They offer all the latest trends without the hefty price tag. Cushionaire even offers free delivery and easy returns. Head to Cushionaire.com now. Cushionaire, defined by comfort.
It's important to properly dispose of unwanted medication or sharps. MedProject offers free and convenient disposal options near you. To learn more, call 844-MED-PROJECT or visit medproject.org.
But the white boy in Cincinnati, yeah, he'll shoot you because he's a born loser. Cops second think, make America great again. So now the cops is like, nah, we're not going to shoot him, because we have to make America great again. So I was writing in that format, if you really listen to the song. So it's called Too Much Power. But at the end of the day, who has the power? That's all. Nothing too deep. Let's go into D'Angelo. This is the second song off the album, called One Moment Please. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
I would never in August allow you to out-scene on my Jada Pickett when Will Smith is standing there. It's like poking a grizzly bear when they eating. Soon enough, will I bite your head off? Pause. Laws of attraction was speaking out of turn. Driving, crash, dummy, you will learn. Start a fire, you get burnt out like a crackhead. Walking down the streets in the 80s, looking for anything that glitters. Hot summer, long winters. Do you remember the time MJ hit the game winner? Last stands, find a show that get your freak on. Missy and Elliott slow grinding like a coffee maker. Brown sugar, I got my D'Angelo on, working my voodoo child. So how does it feel? I'm the black messiah when we stone Angie. I would never in August allow you to Alcina my Jada Pickett when Will Smith is standing there. It's like poking a grizzly bear when they eating. Soon enough, will it bite your head off? Pause. Laws of attraction.
I would never in August allow you to Alcina my Jada Pickett when Will Smith is standing there. It's like poking a grizzly bear when they eating. Soon enough, will I bite your head off? Pause. Laws of attraction when speaking out of turn. Laws of attraction when speaking out of turn. Crash, dummy, you will learn. So when I said I would never in August allow you to Alcina my Jada Pickett when Will Smith is standing there. Listen to that emotion of that song. It's going so many metaphorical, subliminal, subconscious wordplay that I have going on there. You know, and being very transparent within me being an artist. So I would never in August, and I wanted the listener to see where I was going with it. I would never in August allow you to Alcina my Jada Pickett. See what I mean? See where I went with that? Jada Pickett when Will Smith is standing there. So once again, that's dealing with the three minds, the physical, the spiritual, and the mental. I'm driving this idea, concept, and telling truth within that concept, right? So the song D'Angelo came about because when King sent me the beat again, it just said D'Angelo. I said, yo, this shit dope, let's rock with this. And the beat drove me to write that way because I was also thinking I'm a D'Angelo fan, and I was thinking D'Angelo when I was writing it. So therefore, you know, that song that D'Angelo had, shit, damn, motherfucker, like that joint, shit, damn, motherfucker. And I wrote it in that frame after having conversations with people. I wrote that song, D'Angelo, with that in mind. Ooh, wow, that's dope. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
A moment in time, 12:25, jumped out the Uber ride. Folks standing outside my mom's apartment, tried to run inside. Stopped by the police, couldn't go inside. Feeling the loss, I cried. Knew deep down inside, time expired. 12:35 pronounced. Officer replied. Minute stood still. Her life flashed before my eyes. She knew this day was coming. It took us by surprise. Never knew her last breath would be that morning. Now we standing over her physical mourning. Baby sis losing it. That's not grandmama. Yeah, that is the physical. Her spiritual's an ancestor. It's hard to paint a visual. A few days later, we planning the funeral. Arriving at the burial, saying our last goodbyes. 10:55, the hearse wouldn't open. Real strange, we streaming live. For those that couldn't make it, a tear fell from my eyes. We felt the love, 10 people or less. The minister said she don't have to wear a mask no more. Then I spaced out, looking at the casket with numbed emotions. Ain't no magical potions to make you heal faster. She told us to stick together no matter the weather. Look out for each other, a rose is still a rose. At 12:35 pronounced, officer replied. Minutes stood still, her life flashed before my eyes. Her life flashed before my eyes, a minute stood still.
That is off of the Reagan era project. That is off of the Reagan era project. And once again, like I said, I was going from back and forth to creating a minute of your time, and creating Reagan era also. And that song was written because, you know, in 2020, I lost my grandmother. Me and my sister lost our grandmother, and my mom lost her mom in 2020. And it was July 10th, 2020. I remember it very, very like it was almost yesterday. And I saw my grandmother before she had transitioned that day. And when I got back home, I got the call from my mom, and that my grandmother wasn't responding. Prior to that day, I do something. If you follow me on Instagram, Enoch 7 Prophet on Instagram. I was doing these like sidewalk serenades, and I was just like singing certain songs or whatever. So that July 10th, that's when I got the call. After me doing this serenade, I have to go back. Once I go to the next song, I'll go back and look on my Instagram and see what song that was, and I can come back and tell you guys. But on my way there, you know, the song explains itself. The song is written as I am going through the motions, having the time to sit down and think about it. And as I'm on my way to my mother's house, you know, in the Uber, and arriving at my mother's house and jumping out of the car and trying to run up to the apartment building or to her apartment, and the police wouldn't let me inside because they were working on my grandmother, trying to bring her back. And then when they told me that she had transitioned, it was at 12:35. So I named it 12:35, pardon self. I named it 12:35 Sunset. When you listen to the Reagan era album, I have something that says Sunrise, where I talk about the life of my grandma and how she brought my mother from the South up here, but she couldn't afford her too much, so she sent my mother back down south to live with her aunts and her uncles, more so with her aunties. 12:35 is the sun setting of my grandmother's physical existence. So everything that you heard in that song was facts. It was there. It was true. 12:35 jumped out the Uber ride, you know, and trying to go to my mom's apartment. They wouldn't let me inside. 12:35, the officer pronounced my grandmother had transitioned. All right. So that's how I coping with losing my grandmother on July the 10th, 2020. I wrote a song about it. And like I told you guys in the beginning, as an artist, you know, we have to live a little. We have to know a little. We have to live life and not thinking about being an artist all the time. And yeah, so when I finally sat down to write, we used this same beat twice on the project, from Grandma's theme to 12:35, and it was strategically dope like that because it was like Reagan era. We were writing for a movie, man. I was just like, I want people to feel me. I wanted people to see it, taste it, understand what I was coming from with this whole Reagan era project. And so yeah, so 12:35. All right, 12:35. So you can listen to all this music that I'm playing for y'all today and breaking some of the lyrics down to you. You can find it all on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, which is now www.music.youtube.com. Calm. That's my echo for the day. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio.
I could
You are listening to Chakra Music.
I'm the sun, you the moon, and the light reflects. Complementing each other, that makes us jest. Energy shared between us is so phenomenal. Astrological thinking on the same thought pattern. Let's create a universe where the rings of Saturn. Our love goes deeper than the meanings, feelings, healings. Coasting on the wings of my eye. You're the air that I breathe. Goddess of my dreams. Put you on a pedestal, place the one above you. Got you going in circles, showing my love Jones. Putting me in a zone, making this house a home. How long will it take for you to realize? Open up your third eye. Enoch is just God in the physical. Queen, I'm just a man. I need you to understand that I'm God in the physical. I'm the sun, you the moon, and the light reflects.
I wanted to do something for the ladies. So that is a rewrite. It's a rewrite verse. I always loved this verse. You might have big up to Nike, because we wrote a song together. Oh man, definitely can't remember the name of the song. And I have to go to Instagram to tell y'all guys the song I was singing for the shot for 12:35 before we go. But He's Just. That's the name of the song that me and Nike did, called He's Just. It was played on what's the name of that station? WQ? I can't remember right now, but at any rate, Nike, she invited me to be on this song called He's Just. I wrote the verse for He's Just. We never shot a video for it. I wish we did. But when I heard this Sade joint, and we named it Sade because King sent me the joint over, he was like, what you think about the beat? I said, yo, this is dope. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to just call it Sade. He was like, all right, word. That's what we'll call it. So once again, I was dedicated to the women, because it was for me that was like, I'm the sun, you the moon, and the light reflects. Complementing each other just makes us just. Energy shared between us is so phenomenal. Astrological, thinking on the same thought pattern. Let's create a universe where the rings of Saturn. So when I say where the rings of Saturn, it's actually when you're getting married, when you have a ring on your finger, that's the ring of Saturn. But I wanted to freak it in a way that make the listener think real fast. Where the rings of Saturn, our love goes deeper than the meanings, feelings, healings, coasting on the wings of my art. So now we coasting on the wings of my art, which is balance. Being light as a feather, which is the wisdom, which is prosperity, which is love and balance, and having that scale on the wings of my art. You're the air that I breathe, goddess of my dreams. So I was just like writing in that format of freeing myself transparently to write these particular bars. So when I put it in Sade, wow, it's beautiful. It's dope. It's definitely beautiful when we put it into a One Moment Please project, and that's called Sade. All right, so let's go to
I keep your hands high, I keep your hands high, I keep your hands high and run your shit. I keep your hands high, I keep your hands high, I keep your hands high and run your shit. I keep your hands high, keep your hands high, keep your hands high and run your shit. Run your shit, run your shit. It's 2020 and you still acting crazy. Everything you do nowadays is petty, don't even faze me. Taught to be a gentleman cause grandma will raise me. On prison by the toaster, put your drinks in the air. I'm juiced up for all my vegan junkies. Keep a lid on it. I stay fresh like day one, put respect on it. Slim, kinda chunky in all of the right places. GPS, I travel by foot, pounding the pavement. King sees productions like road construction. Put me in the pocket like little Benny at the go-go. Keep your hands high, I keep your hands high, I keep your hands high, run your shit. I keep your hands high, I keep your hands high, I keep your hands high and run your shit. I keep your hands high, I keep your hands high, keep your hands high and run your shit, run your shit. Now Irving, but I'm magic with this Johnson. Banging these rhymes out since 88, still bustin'. Kinda lustful, ain't it? Lord, forgive me for showing my ass off and dunking on these hoes like Stephen Francis. I managed to bring the pain when I cross you over. Break your ankles on you, Troy Hudson's, cause I'm disgusting. I keep your hands high, I keep your hands high, I keep your hands high, run your shit.
You're tuned to
I keep your hands high.
WowURadio.net.
Keep your hands high, run your shit.
www.wowuradio.net.
Yeah.
This is Salvation Radio.
Give thanks. For real, life is real. I work too hard just to pay the bills. Still, rent is high though. I puff the endo just to pass the time away. Don't get it confused. I never abuse the marijuana or the Mary Jane. Some take the medication just to ease the pain. Focus on the strain. Get the best results. Talk with your physician if you a chatty patty. Hot boxing in the caddy on the passenger side. Thank you for 1 minute of your time. For real, life is real. I work too hard just to pay the bills. Still, rent is high though. I puff the endo just to pass the time away. Don't get it confused. I never abuse the marijuana or the Mary Jane. I blame my parents that I'm dope. I'm not ashamed. My aim is to make you think we one and the same. Clearly we're not. Stay in your lane. Drive slow, homie. Carpooling, schooling, dropping jewels in a rhyme. Love is blind unless you banging her from behind. Double vision got you climaxing all the time. The girl is mine, not Paul McCartney. Say what you want. Don't play with my emotions. Please don't front. It's like vegan butter on croissant.
This is the summer to expand your horizons. It's time to explore. But before you set foot out the door, set foot in the ultimate travel shoes from Allbirds. Like the breathable, silky smooth Tree Dasher, the responsive foam and extra grip of the Tree Runner, or the classic low-top look of the Tree Piper. Allbirds has a lightweight, ultra-packable shoe ready for whatever adventures you have planned. Boarding pass? Check. Passport? Check. The perfect travel shoe? Check. Find your perfect pair at allbirds.com. That's ALLBIRDS.com.
Here's a summer travel tip. Pack just one pair of shoes that goes with every outfit. Like the versatile, perfectly packable Tree shoes from Allbirds. Find your pair of Tree Dashers 2, Runners, Pipers, and more at allbirds.com. That's ALLBIRDS.com.
You better get the dough boy, menace to society with the ice cube grill. For real, life is real. I work too hard just to pay the bills. Still, rent is high though.
Mental Salvation Radio. It's Enoch 7 Prophet. Welcoming you guys back to Season 3, Podcast number 21. In the new year of 2021, January the 2nd. Big up to everyone who's been listening thus far and downloading and uploading the podcast. We definitely appreciate it. So at the top of the hour, I've been just playing some of my new music that me and my brother King C put out during the months of the pandemic, and what good things came out of it, and what things were rebirthed, what we've lost, what we've gained, and try to put all of that into song, try to put all of that into music. And I think we have accomplished that, especially with A Minute of Your Time, playing music from A Minute of Your Time, and those particular songs that we play from A Minute of Your Time has been Say, featuring Maya, Faith Evans. Those are two songs. So the second song is Faith Evans. The first song we played from A Minute of Your Time is Say, featuring Maya. All right. And we went into playing some Reagan era music off of the project that we put out 7 months after releasing A Minute of Your Time. So we put out 2 projects in 2020, and I played Reagan Era, which is the leading single from that particular project. Then I played Pop's Theme, and then I also played 1235 Sunset. All right, and what you just heard was new music coming from off the newest project that we released on 1/1/21 of this year, and it's called One Moment Please, and we played Sade, we played D'Angelo. These are the songs that's on the project, and we played Too Much Power, and we played RYS, and that stands for Run Your Shit. That's what we want 2021 to do all day, every day. And then right after that, we played Caddy Talk featuring Norita Graves. That's my dope sister out there. She lives out in Germany right now, and she was happy to assist me on this particular project, or this particular record called Caddy Talk. And I wrote that in the frame of just being in somebody's Cadillac, smoking a J, doing whatever y'all do, and just having a conversation with the driver, and that person's in, so and we played those particular joints. And before we get out of here, I want to play a song called Nefertiti. We'll be right back. Mental Salvation Radio. And also, when we come back, I got some good news. Yeah, I'm going to share some good news with y'all when I come back. And some birthday shouts. Mental Salvation Radio.
I knew a young slim, her name was Rhonda. 5'5", 21 blue ganja. Drove a blue Honda, bump a young thugger. Switched to Beyonce, be here for the day as a fro. Single mother, 2 jobs, going to school to be a nurse. Conversing on the phone with a lover about last night. Stuck at a red light, slowly hung up the phone. Police in a review. Light turned green, pulled off real slow. Visions of Sandra Bland, I crammed to understand. Killing the black folks, racing through her mentals, what to say if she's pulled over. Cops sped by her, phone rings, daycare's calling, daughter sick, can you pick her up? Child support late again. Father's a psycho, can't depend on him. Running late for class again. Damn, I just dropped her off. Busting U-turn, concerns of the ills. Medicaid hasn't kicked in. Phone rings, she's okay. See you around 5, staying alive. Neck above water, order of the day. Self-preservation, 4 libations. It's all spiritual, deep breaths. Gotta stay in step. I knew a young slim, her name was Rhonda. 5'5", 21 blue ganja. Drove a blue Honda.
Chakra music.
Papa was a hustler, mama had to carry me. Birth of an MC, born into this industry. Never did they want me, running through the underground. So I had to study Tai Chi just to snatch a crown. One man army, live stage show assassin. Smashing each planet that I touch, I'm galactic. Problematic to come average, not the average MC. So feel me in your shana now, deep in your spirit, huh? Girl, wake your ass up, pass me by like Forsyth. Whenever I'm in overdrive, staying alive, Tracy Morgan. It's important to be honest when you're writing. I'm a gorilla in the midst of this. Raising hell, run Joe, grab your crucifix, DMCs. Scratching my head, hard to believe. At the age of 19, I planted my seed in fertile soil. Pissy staircases, incarcerated scar faces. Coming from the basement, child support cases. Working at KFC, this can't be really me. My bosses is really mean, I had no identity. Graduated with my class in 92, but I didn't walk. Blame Miss Nelson, cause you didn't talk. So I had to chalk it up and walk it out. Mama said, come back. I said, fuck that, and I'm out.
Mental Salvation Radio, we are back. And before we get up out of here, thank y'all so much for tuning in with us for our Welcome Back. Remember that show, Welcome Back, Carter? Y'all probably don't. Some of y'all probably 80s babies raised in the 90s. I don't know. At any rate, yeah. So welcome back for season 3 for the 2021 year. For the 2021 year, we back at it. Feel me? So I played for you Nefertiti. Nefertiti was written to salute the moms, the super moms, having a child, holding down a job, holding down a lover, a friend, you know what I'm saying, holding down their boyfriend, and going to school, you know what I'm saying, and creating something out of nothing. I call that Nefertiti because all the black women are Nefertitis, and have the spirit of Nefertiti. So I called it Nefertiti to honor those black women, and all black women for that matter, no matter what you're doing. And speaking of that, Mental Salvation Radio does this thing on Instagram Live. So follow Mental Salvation Radio on Instagram, because I do this thing called Salvation Sunday. I do these episodes called Salvation Sundays, where I celebrate the black woman and black women, no matter if you were a entrepreneur, a singer, songwriter, videographer, photographer, a yoga instructor, a trainer, a doctor, a lawyer, a police officer, things of that nature, to celebrate the black women and what they have done and what they continue to do for the culture in which we reside in. So tune in every Sunday at 11 a.m. and find out who the guest is. Follow us on Instagram. Our guest for tomorrow on Instagram Live would be L Boogie. L Boogie is a radio personality. She's a super mom. She is a wonderful and dope person and friend. So we're definitely going to have her on the show tomorrow at 11 a.m. on Instagram Live. So tune in to Salvation Sundays. Stop playing, Slim. And big up to all the other ladies who have been on episodes, from Norita Graves to Breezy Malone to Miss Crystal Glenn, to Mahogany the Diva, and to also Persia Red. So those have been the female superstars. Those have been the female sunflowers who have graced Mental Salvation Radio Salvation Sundays. Alright, cool. Also, another part of the good news, I want to send all the birthday love and shout outs, because we couldn't do it prior to us ending episode season 2. So I want to say a happy birthday in October to my mother, who is 66 years old. Big up to my sister, who turned 30 on October the 23rd. And my mother turned 66 on October the 24th. Also, big up to my aunt Clint in Statesboro, Georgia, in December. Man, I'm not going to tell y'all how young my Aunt Clint is. We ain't going to tell you how young she is. We're not even going there. But big up to Aunt Clint. And I love Aunt Clint a lot, because not just because she's my aunt, but that does help because she's my aunt. You know what I mean? That helps a lot. But no. I love her regardless, because, traveling to Statesboro, Georgia, and before we would leave Statesboro, my grandmother would stop by Aunt Clint's house to say goodbye, or to say, hey, see you later, and we'll be back next year, or we see you Christmas, or whatever have you. My Aunt Clint would have a bag of food waiting for us. She'd go in that deep freezer and pull out so much food, man. I said, dang, Aunt Clint be hooking us up all the time, brother, mother, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate Aunt Clint. because she is one of the oldest sisters, I believe, out of 13 children. So big up to my Aunt Clint. So she had a birthday in December. Also, Ronell Harrison had a birthday as well. I don't remember what day it was, but I know you had a birthday. Big up to who else had a birthday? Big up to all my cousins, because it's too many of y'all. And also, we want to send our condolences out to the Oliver family. Big up to the Oliver family. We definitely understand and sending our energy to you and your families to get through these days and times. And we would definitely miss Diane Oliver. You know, I love Diane Oliver. She had the big hats, boy. She had the big hats. She would text me like, "Hey, Enoch, this is the hat I wore to church today. I said, "Dang, Mama Oliver, that's a big ass hat." And she'd laugh and she was like, "Oh, whatever, Enoch, you know, but she'd tell me she'd go sit right in front of the church with that big old hat on. She ain't care if nobody couldn't see past her big old hat, church hat. But that was another woman also to be celebrated is Diane Oliver. A woman also to be celebrated is my grandmother, Rosie Lee Stevenson. Also to be celebrated, always your African ancestors and those who came before you and those who will come after you. Ray, thank y'all so much for tuning in to Mental Salvation Radio. That is the good news. Those are the birthday shout outs. Also, before I go, the last good news here is that what I've been playing for you guys today, whether you are in Africa or Australia or Europe or Japan or China or right here in the US of A, I've been and listening to the podcast, where you can also hear on iHeartRadio as well. The music you've been hearing today have been nominated for a Whammy in DC, something that's called Whammies DC. So you can go to www.whammiesdc.com. You can also go to whammiesdc.awardsplatform.com, and you can search for Enoch 7 Prophet. The projects have been nominated for Best Hip Hop and Rap Album of 2020. A Minute of Your Time and Reagan Era both are for nominations. Also, Best Hip Hop and Rap Song of 2020, Bolo's Rap and Reagan Era both have been nominated. Also, what's been nominated is the Best Artist of 2020, and it's me, Enoch 7 Prophet. Why not? You know what I'm saying? It's 2021, so we gotta go get what was rightfully ours. You feel me? So go check those out. Vote. You have from January 1 to January 31. Alright. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Mental Salvation Radio. I'm your host, Enoch 7 Prophet. And the song that I was singing when my grandmother transitioned on July the 10th, it was called The Closer I Get to You by Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway, 1978. And as I always say here on Mental Salvation Radio, no matter how cloudy it gets, no matter how much it rains, the sun will always shine. The sun will always shine. Until next time, till next Saturday, 12 p.m. here on www.wowtheletteradio.net. It's Mental Salvation Radio. See y'all on the other side of Instagram Live tomorrow at 11 a.m. for Salvation Sunday.
Shot.
Let's not rush this feeling, dealing with each other. Let's take our time until we learn each other. No limits, no blocks, no boundaries. Love has truly found me, laying in your arms, head on your chest.
Here's a summer travel tip. Pack just one pair of shoes that goes with every outfit, like the versatile, perfectly packable tree shoes from Allbirds. From the go-anywhere tree runners, to the sporty tree dashers too, to the classic low-top tree pipers, Allbirds has a pair of shoes for every style. The best part is, they're all crafted with lightweight, breathable eucalyptus fiber that takes comfy to the next level. Step into summer travel with the perfect travel shoes from Allbirds. Find your pair at allbirds.com. That's ALLBIRDS.com.